Hello, my name is Emily, and I have an Etsy store called Yesterday's Stash. And I'm here this afternoon to show you the latest book. This is actually a part of my Hopeful 2021 series. It's number 14. And the name of the book is Forever. That's what we have here. As you can see, the front is Prima flowers and some I guess brown or more grungy looking sunflowers, but there's no yellow, they're brown. The book is actually typically 6x8, and it has about a 3-inch spine. I have this the ribbon fabric as the spine. It was made with an old book that I found at the thrift store. This is what the back looks like, and it's a nice sturdy book. Stands up. I have put fabric roll. I bought a fabric roll at Tuesday morning, sometime back, and I've been using it, and so that's what the book is put together, how the book is put together. I've made it's long, and you can either cut it off, or you can wrap it around the book, or what I did was I folded it down here so that I would have, a fluffier ribbon. So the book is 3 signatures. It is 66 pages total, and each signature is 22 11 pages folded in half, making 22. And I have, with this book, I have included all kinds of hopeful statements. And the whole purpose of the hopeful is that we would have a better year in 2021 than we did in 2020, because everybody wanted this year to be better. And since we still are in the midst of the COVID, I suppose we could continue to hope even in up to 2022. I purchase items from a company called wish.com, W-I-S-H, and that's what the front and the back. These are some of the papers that they sell. And I have actually used an upholstery sample for what I have put the spine in. And I've actually, underneath all of this is craft text, and then I have put a piece of Aida cloth, or a thickening on top of the craft text, and then added this. And then you could see on the inside, in between the signatures, where I have put the upholstery sample so that the signatures, when I sew them in, that I have, it ends up being just a very, very nice, sturdy book. Each spine is sort of similar in kind of the overall idea, but it's different. And the way that what I did was I took several books that I looked and cut them up and added them in sections into these sections. One of the books is a picture of wildflowers, and it has the name of the flower, I guess, in French. It had several pictures with birds, with plants, with fruits. And so when I started, that was what I wanted to use in the book, was these sample flowers, because they're just so pretty. And the pages on them were pretty thick. So, like I say, since it's 66 pages, we have 132 pages all total, or 11. Anyway, it's 66 each page is 66. So 66 times 2 is 132 pages. And I thought that I could make the book thicker because I used so many of the pages from that book that have a nice finish on them. I also have added some layers and things of this nature. And if you took everything out, you know, the book would be thin. As it is, it does want to jack open a little bit. It's not one that just closes. So it is a fat book. And then what I wanted to do was combine together the pages from the floral book, plus I found it's kind of a comical book, but it's called the Book of Proverbs, the Book of 1,000 Proverbs. And the Proverbs are not like the book of the Bible, Proverbs. They're sort of statements that are, you know, have kind of a funny, it costs more to revenge injuries than to bear them. I mean, it's so, you know, it just has some good statements in them. The eye of the master does more work than both his hands. So, you know, overseeing and what the purpose of. So anyway, I pulled some of those out, which I'm going to show you. And then I also pulled out pages from this book, which is The Impressionists. And what I liked about this book when I found it was, and all of these come from thrift stores, was that each of the Impressionist paintings that are in here have where a hole to feature and give information specifically about the particular drawing that is done. And I used one of these in each signature. Like I say, the Impressionists, I just really like the way that they put together this book, and I just thought it would be so neat to use it. So as you can see, each section that I chose is I have sewn them together. So that's the second page that I used. And then the third are these beautiful colored pencil collages. And it's by, oh boy, I can't say her name, but I will have all of these in the description box below. But this is just one beautiful book, and it explains and shows how to put together different and do pencil drawing, coloring pencil drawings. And so I have cut pictures out of this to use, called Colored Pencil Collage. And I just really enjoy using this book. So that kind of gives you an idea of what I have used here. This is, I'm going to start and quickly go through, well, I'm going to spend some time with the first signature and then quickly go through the others. So I had one of these left, so you're not going to see that. This is a huge glassine bag that I have collaged, and then everything that is included in this comes from either Etsy sellers or from a thrift store. So I don't know what this is, but this is how it came, and it was in a little sleeve, and it says reflected, copy told by the class, and it's copyrighted 1898. So obviously I could make copies of it because it's two pictures, and it slides out of this sleeve, which you could cut this in half. It's cardstock. So those are the kinds of things. I could get so many interesting things at my thrift store. So this is silver paper that I got at my thrift store. It was I think it came from an art class experiment where they were doing some dyeing or printing or reproducing. The page, it's gray. It's a gray thin, very thin paper, so I had to combine two side, combine it to a second side. Some of them are like using scrapbook paper and such as this. Pretty piece of open woven fabric, and then I use a lot of acetate or transparency film to give some stability to pockets and to various things. This is just a little freebie. It's called Nostalgics, the Attic Collection Beaded Stamps. So that went in there. And then I found all sorts of these small envelopes, and I cut them down and made them into a little pocket. And then this right here is gift cards with their envelopes that I stuck in. This is actually probably a file folder. This is an example of the crayon or the colored pencils. I cut them out of that book. I have combined together some tags, and some of the tags are hanging by, I've put a eyelet right here, and then I made them sort of stay together, which you can actually take them out or use them or whatever, but that's what this page does. This is actually a piece of wallpaper that I cut up. These are examples of the different hopeful statements. Everything you need will come to you at the perfect time. So I got that from an Etsy seller. So we have 56 inspirational 56 inspirational tags. Some are attached, some of them aren't. 20 of them actually are in pockets that can be removed. And again, I use I have over 20 different trims, laces, fabric that I have torn apart, and I have a lot of strips of fabric. This is a set of envelopes that has a window that I got at the thrift store, that I put 3 in this pocket for you to use. Another example of, this is a hydrangea that was in that colored pencil book. I found a stack of this. It's actually handmade paper that looks like it has stamping on it, which can be used. This is an example of how I used the book of the Proverbs and put it on the back side. Here's another example of the trim and where I took the acetate and made it into a little pocket right here. Another example of pleated fabric that I tore off. Library cards. I got tons of library cards from the thrift store. Just beautiful, beautiful flowers here, and they all of them came from the same book. And again, I'll have that in the description box. Another example of trim. I tried to take the trim and sort of color coordinate it. This is an example of a tag where I had done some tissue paper or something on a piece of cardstock, and a tree. This is a Tim Holtz number. And so that goes there. Just really beautiful pictures. I did some doodling where I could. These are the pages that can be used for journaling. The journal pages, I believe I have, let me see what my notes are here. I have over 60 tags. I have 24, or on front and back, 48 designated as journaling. This is Fabriano paper, which is like 100% cotton. It's a nice, sturdy good quality paper that would be really great for journaling. This is an example of where I took the Impressionist book, and you can look here and see, and there's all these little notes here about how they, how the artist took this painting and then explained about it, explained how the artist took and, I mean, actually blended the back of what looks like a white gown or skirt or dress, but actually how there's a lot of shading in there of pinks and blues and all sorts of things. And these are, this, I'll show you one of them. This is where I took a micron white marker and some dark paper and was able to do some tags on here. And so these are the attached tags. So over 60 tags stuck in pockets or paper clipped. I do have some paper clip and eyelet additions, and there's over 25 pockets or tuck spots. So we're going to keep looking here and seeing how you can kind of get an idea of how the pages come together. And then I'm using the acetate for the pockets. These are some wish papers. This is more of the trim. And the proverbs aren't this beautiful, vibrant colored. And then I try to insert the inspiration statements in there. So here's a tuck spot. This is actually from Wish, and these are some little drawings from children's storybooks that I got from Wish. And then another one, this is a fruit blossom. Just so well drawn. And these are 2 tags that are sticking in the file folder that I have made into a pocket. This is a landscape. So a little bit of floral is a theme, but it's also, I've got the Impressionist art theme. These are some more papers from Wish, and the Impressionist theme, and then the proverbs or the sort of quotations or familiar quotations kind of thing. So this is one of those library cards, and then these are some cards that I got off of Instagram, an Instagram seller who they just have a real pretty outside, which you can take that and do something with. So I like to leave as much room as I can in between the signatures, so that they won't clutter get the book up. But if you took out all of the 60 tags and the different sorts of things that I have in here, the book would be just a lot thinner. You know, like that right there is pretty thick. So just depending on, you could take the tags out and use them for other things. This is just extra paper. It's kind of a heavy duty stationery, sort of maybe even what we would call resume quality paper. It's more than 24 pound, but maybe 32 pound. I'm not sure. Because when you go into the thrift store and you pick up a stack of paper that has the right width of thickness that you need, then it's really, you know, if it's in just a stack and it hasn't been, is already open and has been used, then it's really hard to tell what the thickness is. And the only way you can really tell is by feeling it. I don't know, it may be 24, 28. So another landscape tag that I made and put together. These right here are really interesting. I have several of them stuck in here, and actually it's 2 pieces of styrofoam, It's actually a really thin styrofoam. And what I did was show you just an example. Now this is how they came, just in a bag. You can see that it's an art experiment of some sort. That's cardboard, but this is styrofoam, and there's just painting all over it. All sorts of pieces of paint. Somebody was experimenting with paint, and then somebody came and cut them up. But I can see on the back of a couple of them, somebody was practicing drawing on it. So I don't really know, but they just look so interesting that what I did was I took them and I joined them together, and I made them into little tags. So tried to take a complementing colors, and then I added either a statement or something like that to it. So that's what that is like. Just to give you an example, here's another little freebie that I stuck in a pocket. Here's another one of those. This is actually a little envelope that has a wildflower in it and a music paper pocket. So I used music paper, I used handmade paper, and I used cardstock and this silver paper, all sorts of different papers in the book. So here's another one of the pockets with a tag, and this is the second one with the artist who is looking. It's a picture of a woman who is at a concert of some sort, and she's looking, and it's showing these people sitting right here. So it's really interesting reading. These are some library postcard kind of reminders of events that are going on, and I've stuck them in here. These are what we call smash papers, and they just have their little cards, and they for jotting down information, taking notes, and such as that. Right here we have another some more of the positivity statements on kind of a cardboard kind of a. Here's some more positivity statements. And again, the pictures are just so vibrant. So that is sort of just thumb through this, just to give you an example of different things that I found or had that I put together using different papers and using the three or so different books. Just played around with the different pages with the quotations or proverbs. Here's another little freebie that I stuck in. This paper is actually from My Porch Prints. It's a, she sells digital kits on Etsy. This is the third. This is an impressionist, another impressionist picture. This looks very impressionist because of the colors that they used. Examples of others, Etsy digital kits from Etsy sellers. Just beautiful flowers. And this is an example. I have several pages are of embossed paper, and when I went to the thrift store, this is an example of just embossed paper that came in a stack. Somebody had just gone crazy embossing paper, so I've been using those in my books. Another My Porch Prints. And this here is where I played around with making a little tag out of money holders. And then I put a couple of coin holders, I'm sorry. So I stuck that in here like this. And then this is a books with another little charm. It says books make my day. And another pocket here with a little tag in it. And that's it. So again, this book will be for sale in my Etsy store. My Etsy store is called Yesterday's Stash. It's all one word, and you can find me on Etsy. I appreciate your coming along and watching this. This book has been a kind of a long process because I was traveling and I had to leave it, and then you come back to it, and when you're used to working on a book solid straight through, you come back, you kind of have to remember what your thinking was and try to get yourself back in that headspace. Well, this is how I've done this, and I have just joined it together through here like so. Oops, I left one off. Thank you for coming along. We'll talk again soon.